We're staying around the Glovertown area today. We're in Gander right now, going to get some donair at Luigi's. If you're ever in the Gander area and you like donair, 100% go to Luigi's. Best donair I've ever had, hands down. They have like a different type of donair sauce. It's almost like yogurty, and it's not as sweet, and it's not as like tangy as regular donair sauce. It's really good. This is the Luigi's donair. Massive. This is my hand compared to it, so. Stopping into Candy Corner in Gander. Still in Glovertown today, so today we're going out on touring around, and we're in Salvage right now. Then we're going to Eastport Beach, and then we're going to Cove Beach and all that stuff. I used to come out here a lot when I was with my ex-partner, so I spent a lot of time here, and I've kind of been going around doing old things that I used to do with her and her family, and kind of not rewriting memories, but kind of like making new memories on top of those. And so yeah, that's kind of what we're doing today. Visiting some beautiful spots and having some fun. Checking out the Salvage Museum and Trail, I think. No idea if the museum's open or not, but we're gonna check it out. It said mid-June, so. Here's a write-up of Salvage if you want to pause and read it. Here's the museum. It's closed, unfortunately. It said open mid-June, and it's mid-June, but it's been a cold year, so maybe they don't want to open yet. I don't know. We're going on the museum trail. It's a nice little trail through the woods. We've come to a fork in the road and there's a lookout, so we're gonna go there next. We're at the lookout. Pretty nice view. That's Salvage behind me. No idea where this trail goes or how long it is, but we've got all day to see where we're going and take our time, so we're just going with the flow. Seeing where things go. I believe this is also one of the Dam the Bell trails in the Eastport and Salvage area. I've never been on any of them before, so it's my first time checking them out. I've always wanted to, but just never got around to it. There's a lot of things I never got around to when I was depressed, so kind of spent this past year and a half-ish doing those things. I think I prefer trails like this where it's more of like a worn path than like super well maintained. Museum back that way where it came from. Looked like some sort of structure used to be here, not sure what it was. Another pretty good lookout of Salvage. Beautiful spot to hear the birds chirping. Look out at the water. Enjoy the beautiful view. Be mindful. Water droplets in the trees.
Looks like little diamonds.
Wow, beautiful. Come across the cemetery out here. Up on the hill. I guess they buried their folks up on the hill. It's a nice place to lay them to rest. It's a pretty big one too. Then you backtrack from the cemetery. The rest of the trail's this way. I guess this is the old trails, whatever that means. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's been a while since I visited these places, so I just kind of wanted to check them out one last time, kind of like saying goodbye to them. So I probably won't ever be back here again. But it's nice to say goodbye on your own terms instead of just leaving things as they were. And it probably depends on what kind of person you are too. So I know some people just want to leave the past in the past, but I like to do things on my own terms, I think, which is what we're doing here. Going to places I used to visit when I was together with my ex-partner. And reliving the old memories, but also creating a new one. I've seen that online, like some people like to do that when they're trying to move on, which is what I'm doing. And this is part of that. Eastport Beach and Cove Beach, which is where we're going next, are two places we went to a lot in the summer when we would come visit our family in Glovertown for the weekend. So we're going there. I'm gonna take the drone up at Cove because it's gonna be beautiful. It's a nice spot. I think it's gonna be a nice spot for the drone. And yeah, we went to the Cove a lot. It's a real beautiful beach. If you're ever in the Glovertown area or Eastport area, go check that out. It's a nice sandy beach. There's not very many sandy beaches in Newfoundland, so it's a nice place to check out and walk along the beach on a nice hot summer day and enjoy your time. So yeah, that's where we'll be headed next after this hike is over. And I'm not sure when it's gonna end, so we'll see. I forgot to mention a big part of this is like just saying goodbye to like a chapter of my life that was 9 years. I'm 30 years old, so like, well, I'm turning 30 years old in August. So 9 years is basically a third of my life. So it has been hard coming to terms with the fact that it's over between me and her. But I've been making a lot of progress in that recently, and this trip here is part of it. Just saying goodbye to some places that meant something in that time in my life. And I think that will help me move forward in a good way, a healthy way, with no regrets about not doing things and processing things. So yeah, that's kind of the context behind this part of the trip in Glovertown area, which is where her family's from, and we visited a lot over the years. Looks like this trail comes out in someone's backyard. Hope they don't mind. So yeah, I come out here on this road. I'm gonna take a left and go back to the car. It's not too far, I don't think. But that's just one of the trails here in Salvage. I think there's a couple more. I've never been on any of them, but they are a part of the Damnable Trail. I guess it's a trail network, because there's some in Eastport as well. At least we have a nice walk back to the car. We're at Eastport Beach now. Been here a few times in my day. It's usually a nice sandy beach, but it's kind of wet. It rained yesterday. There's a lot of seaweed on it, but I've often come here in the summertime and sat down in a camping chair and just looked out at the water, enjoyed the sun. Usually it's pretty busy on a nice warm summer day, but today's not that great. On the end of the beach here, there's also another trail, part of the Damnable network. You can check that out now. Not gonna do the whole thing, just gonna do a little bit. But there's a nice boardwalk up here. Yeah, pretty nice boardwalk. You get some pretty nice views along the way as well. You get to smell the pine needles and have the wind blowing on your face. Well, part of the Bell Trail, Damnable, I don't know how to say it, but
17.
Wow.
That's its name. Maybe. Or its number.
Corny found a geocache right there. It says, can you find the hidden bell? Oh, one of the many hidden bells. So we found that one earlier.
Maybe that's why it had a number on it.
You gonna write your name in it?
Yes.
They even got some nice bathrooms here. Just went and used it. Pretty nice. And a beach toy library. That's nice for the kids. They actually have some sort of like, I don't even know what to call it, like a mini festival, I guess, here on Eastport Beach in the summer. Usually it's mid-July, I think. I forget the name of it. Something about the beaches. I actually went there one time with my ex-partner. It was pretty nice. They had, I believe they had a stage set up and people performing and stuff. There's a ton of people here. That was many moons ago. I think it was probably one of the first times I visited back in 2016, actually. So a decade ago. We decided to come down to the beach and walk along it. Usually not so much seaweed here. Probably from, there might have been a storm recently. On to the next, going to Sandy Cove next. Such a beautiful beach. Highly recommend it if you're ever in the area. Just made it to Sandy Cove. I'm gonna take the drone out. It's gonna look really cool on the drone. We're down on Sandy Cove Beach now walking. It's a nice sandy beach, pretty cool. I always like the big hills up there. You're not supposed to climb them though, but it goes along the whole thing. It's a lot nicer on a real sunny day. I've come here a few times and sat down with family and stuff and enjoyed the sun for an hour or two. It goes on for a pretty long way too. I think we're gonna go to the end. Down this end of the beach is called Capelin Gulch. There's a nice trail to get down to it. I believe most of it's like wooden stairs. You can see the bit of it there on the right. But you can get down to Sandy Cove Beach from both ways. I would say Capelin Gulch is the less busy spot on warm summer days. Just because a lot of people go to the other spot with kids and there's a changing room back there and stuff. So if you're ever down this way on a hot summer day and you're not wanting to be around people, I would come down to Capelin Gulch. To get there, at the intersection to Sandy Cove, at the end of the road, you would take a right instead of a left. We went left and went down to Sandy Cove from that way back there. I have kind of a nice, I guess sweet, but a little bit funny memory about Capelin Gulch where I'm at now. It's where me and my ex held hands for the first time when I came to visit back in 2016. Actually, that would have been around a decade ago because I came to visit, I think it was the end of June. So we would have been in the spot that I'm in right now, awkwardly holding hands for the first time. But yeah, it's just a nice little memory of this place that will stay with me forever. Memories like that never go away. And when you think about it, why would you want to? They're nice memories of your life, and I know right now for me they hurt. We're not together anymore. I wish the breakup never happened, but I know in the future I'll get to a place where I'll fondly remember these memories, and I think allowing myself to remember them is part of that process. So here's Capelin Gulch now. It's a little section of the beach. And there's the stairway there that I was talking about. It goes on up pretty far. Anyways, I gotta get back to my family because they didn't want to come all the way down to this end of the beach. Actually, another nice memory that I have is, I can't remember where it was along. I think it was along this section of the rocks here. There's a picture of me and my ex Leslie kind of pushing up against the rocks like we're lifting it up. It's pretty funny. I might add that in, but if I do, I'll blur her out because we don't talk anymore and I don't know if she would want to be on a YouTube video. So I'll respect that and blur her face out. Nice little changing room here in the shape of a lighthouse. And there's a trail over this way through the whale bones. Some nice write-ups of Sandy Cove. Then you walk down here, sit on the bench, take a look to your right, and there's Sandy Cove Beach. A very nice view of the whole thing. Here I am at Sandy Beach. Awesome trip here. I'm glad to come back. It's been, I think the last time I was here was in 2023 on a nice summer day with Leslie and her family. We just sat on the beach for a few hours and enjoyed the sun. It's a nice memory. I've been here plenty of times. We used to come here a lot. I have a lot of nice memories here. So I just wanted to, I guess, say goodbye to it because I probably won't be back, like I said. After this, we're going to Crooked Tree Park right across the road. I actually never noticed this before, but it explains why Sandy Cove looks like it does. Take a pause if you want to read it. We're at Crooked Tree Park now, walking through the forest. I'll show you some crooked trees when we stumble upon them. There's the change house. Cool looking. There's one further back that's also a washroom. Nice little place to come swimming. There's a dock there to jump off of. There's a playground there. The only time I've ever been here was again about 10 years ago. And there's a bunch of kids here and stuff and families. Nice spot for it. The crooked trees must be up that path because I just came from the other path. I didn't see any crooked trees. God, the amount of black flies and mosquitoes out this way is horrible. Like in St. John's and CBS, there's like no black flies. And we never deal with any of that. So I'm not used to swatting them away like I used to be. Yeah, I guess there's a few crooked trees in there. Oh, I see a squirrel. Anyways, yeah, there's a few crooked trees in there. Seen one over there. just can't remember where I used to see them when I came here last. Don't think it's up this way. Because I remember them being like actually crooked. There's a nice view of Sandy Cove Pond from this wharf here. Beautiful spot. I feel like not many people check this place out because it's right across from Sandy Cove. I mean, I guess trees like this are crooked trees. Like, it might be a case of the power of nostalgia where you remember things differently than they actually are. Because I remember trees being like absolutely crooked, like all twisted up and stuff, and I'm not really seeing that here. The only other time I've been here was 10 years ago, like I said, so it definitely, maybe it's memories being mixed up or something like that, I don't know. But I mean, there was some trees that were crooked, so we'll give it that. We're in Happy Adventure right now. Just a quick drive in here. It's a nice view. At the end of the road here. It's a nice house there. Mom and Dad are going to check out a little free library. They like checking them all out.
Dad's looking for a Star Trek book.
Oh, he found one. Star Trek. We're gonna cross down Convenience in Glovertown for a flavor burst. So good. I got black cherry. Going to Mary Brown's at Splash and Putt. This is where I first tried Mary Brown's a decade ago. Me and Courtney are on a walk at Ken Diamond Park in Glovertown. It's a nice park. We're on the Puff and Blow Trail, going uphill to the gazebo. We're at the old mill lookout. You can see the old mill across the way over there. There's a right up to. Try to get my shadow out of the way if anyone wants to read it. Here we are at the gazebo atop of the hill in Glovertown, looking down on Glovertown. There she is, the bay. Alexander Bay, I believe it's called. We're at the old mill in Glovertown now. There she is. Pretty cool spot. Pretty high.
Yeah.
Goes down pretty far too. Good spot for graffiti, looks like. Oh, cool little picture there. It looks like they're working on fencing it off. We snuck in before they could finish. So probably here soon enough it will be all fenced off. I mean, it could be pretty dangerous depending on where you go. One of the stacks here. I'm gonna go and look straight up. It's kind of trippy. Echo! Pretty echoey. You can come down to the water here too at the mill. There's a little trail. Nice view. We're on the road now. We left Glovertown not too long ago. We're heading back home to St. John's. I get to go home and edit this video. Probably going to be multiple videos actually. But yeah, we're going to stop in a few places on the way, but mostly probably just drive home. We're in Charlottetown now. Stopping for a quick look. Not a whole lot here. We're at Tim's Point right now. Just looking out at the water, eating some food. We're at Sandy Pond Beach in Terra Nova right now. I went here one time before, years and years ago. There's a bag of candy on the ground on the boardwalk here. And I had some. It was just like a random bag of candy. But anyways, it's a nice sandy beach. It's wheelchair accessible. Fortunately, it's another not great day, so there's not many people here to enjoy the weather because the weather is not good. That's another nostalgic place off the bucket list now. We made it home. We didn't really do much aside from drive straight home, 3-hour drive.
We stopped at a few places.
Yeah, but nothing exciting. So we're back home now. Time to edit the video.